then you have a first half like you guys did. Like this is what happens here sometimes, like crazy stuff like that. What was it at halftime? I hate the "would you say at halftime" question normally, but this was a historically bad first half.
Yeah, obviously shot 5 for 27, and with the style, with the altitude, they really, really slow it down. And our guys were very, very discouraged. And I said, listen, if you want to get back into this game, we changed up our pick and roll coverage, but you better pick up the defense because it's our only chance right now. And obviously in the second half, didn't let them make a three. They were 5 for 11 in the first. They were 0 for 8 in the second, and they shot 21%. So it was just a gritty, tough win. Donovan made a huge play underneath out of bounds. Jovan made a huge three. With the way teams are guarding Donovan off of these ball screens, other guys got to make shots because they are just sitting in the lane. And Phillip obviously was his best game, and obviously Donovan and Jovan helped us out as well.
Jovan, and I just told him this, and he was excited about it, but it's not often that I find a way to mention on-ball defense that led to a shot clock violation, but your freshman did that, and I don't know him as a defensive guy like that necessarily, but he was in that moment, and that was kind of a big possession.
Yeah, I don't know how many shot clock violations they had, but they had a lot in the second half where they were getting really, really close. We had several times underneath out of bounds where it was like under 4 seconds, but that's also the way they want to play. They're not right now trying to play fast, so it was like a trip to the dentist. I'm really proud of Jovan. Mustafa obviously was losing confidence offensively, and that's what being a part of a team is all about. That's what these long seasons are certainly about.
Yeah, I mean, you pick up a win after starting a game 1 for 16, shooting 18% in the half, and your second leading scorer, frankly, Mustafa not having a great game. Like you got to be pretty happy just getting away.
Extremely, yeah. I mean, he had 0 points. Their second leading scorer. So, yeah, I mean, first time, I don't know how many years we've been in the Mountain West or it's been in existence, but just, what is it?
26.
Yeah, so 5-0 first time in 26 years. Another road conference win. That's 3 for us, which is great. So we just needed to figure out a way to do it, get back home, get some rest, and get back to San Diego State prep.
Another thing that gets overplayed sometimes in sports is talking about trap games. If there's ever a trap game, though, the emotion of Friday and the emotion coming with Saturday with the CBS and San Diego State, this would have fit that.
Yeah, I didn't think we weren't ready to go. I thought our prep was really, really good. I thought our energy got zapped by altitude, lack of making shots, and we regrouped the right way at halftime, and just we realized, okay, this is going to be one of those games. It's not going to be beautiful. You're not going to get a lot of runouts, things like that. You've got to just grind it out and figure it out, and that's what good teams do, and we found a way.
All right, I told Donnie that before the season, I talked to a few people, but I was high on him. I think he's a Player of the Year candidate. Obviously, I'm not saying anything that a whole lot of other people don't think. But I did say, he needs to work on his shooting. That's what he's not a great free throw shooter. He's a shoot from the outside a little bit. He went 9 for 9 from the free throw line today, and he's actually been pretty clutch at the line down the stretch of games. He closed things out again for you at the line. Is that something you would have expected him to do?
Yeah, I think free throw wise, he's always been pretty good, and the number has improved as the year has gone on. But we need to, for the most part, need to keep the ball in Donnie's hands at the end of games. And if they're going to foul him like that, it sounds very simple, but to go 18 for 22 is huge, and to have the ball in Donnie's hands, he's normally not going to turn it over, and he's normally going to get fouled. 3-point shooting has improved. I think offensively he's got it all. I think the defensive side of it, he's getting better as well.
All right, last one. Got a big one Saturday. Anything like? I mean, it's not that you guys have started scouting this year on San Diego State, but you know who they are, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a high level of respect for them. We want to elevate our program to the level that they have done. Obviously, they went to a championship game. They went to a Sweet 16 last year. But we feel like with our fan base, we feel like with the pit, the commitment that we've gotten, that we need to take the next step. Going to the tournament last year was great. Winning the Mountain West tournament was great. But San Diego State's always been the class of the league, and we got a lot of respect for them. So we've had some good games with them, some really good games as of late. So we better be ready to win another ugly one because it won't be pretty.
But what's the feeling in the locker room after a game like this?
I mean, there's no way we can compete. We had to face a lot of adversity through this game. We stuck together, stayed strong, and pulling out that win is a lot of confidence builder for us going into this big game Saturday.
What was said at halftime? I mean, we ask a lot, okay, what did Coach say at halftime? But this one, after that first half, there had to be something that got your guys' attention.
No, it was player stock. I'll give it full credit to Mustafa. He had a rough game, but he's still picking everyone's energy up. He did a great job leading us in the locker room, telling us it's all right, we got to face adversity, stay together, and I think he lifted us the second half in every way.
So, and again, we were kind of talking a little before I turned this on about, like, some guys had some bad games, some guys had some good games, some guys stepped up when they needed to. But you're telling me a guy like Mustafa in that locker room, like, wasn't as good a game as he could have on the court, but like he was still a part of
he's always having great energy. That's the best thing about Mustafa. He may not be having the best game on the court, but he's always having great energy off the court, and you gotta love him for that.
All right, you guys were in a tricky spot where you come off an emotional win, game 1000, Nelly's game winner, buzzer beater against Nevada, and then you have San Diego State on CBS this coming Saturday. So like this was a tough spot. Did you come in here knowing that it might take something kind of special to pull off a win here?
No, we came in with a great mindset. We wanted to get to 5-0 for the first time in school history. We had a great mindset, great practice leading up to it. Sometimes the offense side just doesn't fall in, and we just picked it up on the defense side. So I think we did a great job today.
1 for 16. That's what you guys started shooting. Any reason for that? I know sometimes the shots don't fall, but 1 for 16 is more than just like a 1 for 8 kind of slump.
I think after the first couple minutes, players not seeing the shots falling, we kind of start forcing bad ones. I don't think we did as bad of shooting as we really thought, but other than that, it was great.
You end up with, 22, I think. You end up with 22, 6, a couple steals. Like, your stat line was just fine. Did it feel like a game like others that you were kind of in control offensively?
Yeah, I think Coach P put a lot of trust in me in the second half with the ball, and I kind of had to take over, find the players in the right spots, score when I had to. I think I did a pretty good job of it in the second half.
All right, so coming into this year, I told some people, I was like, Donnie's good. He's player of the year candidate. Needs to work on his free throws a little. 9 for 9 tonight. Hey, you're shooting just fine lately.
Come on. Me and AK every day, before every game, we'll go 100 in the pit. 100 after practice. I think they just put a lot of trust in me on the free throw line, and I'm just knocking them down now.
I'm going to have to shut up about the free throws.
Come on, I'm going to keep knocking them down. See, I'm not going to stop.
All right, man. Big one coming up Saturday against San Diego State. I know you guys haven't started prep on them, but it's not like you don't know a little bit about them. How big is Saturday's game?
It's a big game. I mean, one of our first real big tests in the conference. Got to come out, play strong, and play great.